He's just here for support for you and your family and anything else. But I've got to tell you something serious, okay?
Okay.
This is Lacey Waters, and she's about to be delivered the worst news of her life.
Tonight, at the end of this altercation, your brother was at the end of the road. You did see that, right?
Yes,
okay?
sir.
But he was killed during that altercation.
No.
Her brother was murdered in a brutal and senseless crime in a way that every witness described as inexplicable. The worst part wasn't the killing, but the suspect.
Lacey's like, what's going on? I was like, because your brother's sitting there saying shit, so I wanted to talk to him. I said, he needs to come talk to me like a man. And then the next thing I know, he comes flying up in his truck.
Investigators are baffled as they will confront a man who desperately tries to portray himself as the victim, and the CCTV at the apartment complex recorded everything.
I'll never get to hold my kid or nothing again. I'll never get to see him grow up. Just from one I just did.
Did he ever talk about stabbing Tyler?
No.
He never said one word about that.
And I was like, what the hell? That's my kid's daddy. That's my brother. I don't know what to do.
But when the killer's 3-year-old daughter walks into the interrogation room asking where her daddy is, the weight of what happens crushes the poor mother.
Hey, where's Daddy?
I'm okay.
No, Daddy.
I don't know, baby. I don't know. I lost my fiance and my brother.
What you're about to see has never been seen before until now. May 3rd, 2018, evening in Carroll County, Georgia. The police receive multiple 911 calls about an altercation, and when they arrive, they find a truck parked in the middle of the road. Blood splatters cover the road and the side of the car. The driver is found slumped on the car seat, completely motionless. The victim has a massive stab wound on the side of his neck, causing the excessive bleeding found at the scene. Whatever happened here happened fast, and the killer is far gone. The ID found in the car belongs to 23-year-old Tyler Waters, a diesel mechanic who had just opened an auto shop with his father and the father of an 8-month-old baby. The stabbing happened near an apartment complex where investigators found multiple witnesses, including Lacey Waters, Tyler's sister. That's when Lacey is brought in for an interrogation, so officers can find out precisely what led to her brother's death and if she's involved. The story that follows is one of the most tragic and horrible I've ever witnessed.
The one thing I don't want you to do is, I don't want you to sit in here and let's play this game all night of, I didn't do this, or I don't know this, or, because if you do, then this conversation is going to go different. Make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to get folks involved that you don't want involved. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Okay.
So if I catch you in a lie, because there's some things that I already know, because I've already been to the scene, then we're going to do things a little different.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
But if you're honest with me,
I'll tell you everything I know.
okay, don't leave it out.
Okay.
Because right now, you have the potential to be in a lot of trouble too. You already know that, don't you?
Interestingly, Lacey hasn't cried or asked anything about Tyler. To the officers, she either doesn't know her brother is dead, or she already knew what had happened a few hours earlier. Investigators still don't know to what extent she is involved and what she knows.
I guess he left or something like that, and then he called back, and he said that him and Tyler had got into it. And he didn't.
This is where you need to get real clear.
He said that.
Because if you hold something from me, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge you for what he's done as well, because for covering it up.
Okay.
Okay?
All I know.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So I don't want any doubt before you say what's coming next.
Okay.
And if you hide something from me, I'm going to charge you with it.
Okay.
The man they are talking about is 30-year-old Melvin Barkley, also known as Cord. He is a landscaper for a company called Muse, but what's really baffling is that he is also Lacey's husband.
He called me. I don't remember what time it was when he called me back after he had left. And he was like, he said, Tyler was here. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he's up at the top of the road. We were fighting. He punched me in the side of the head, and he had a gun. And all I did was stab him. That's what he told me. And I was like, what the hell? That's my kid's daddy. That's my brother. I don't know what to do. And then I just left, like, I called because he said call 911 because I don't know how bad it is.
Who told you to call 911?
Or get on the phone. And I was like, okay, so I called him from my mom's house phone and I just hauled ass because I couldn't, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see
And then where'd you
it.
go?
I just drove. I drove to Brandon.
You saw what?
I seen Tyler's truck with his door open. I didn't even go near his truck.
So you didn't go up there to help your brother or anything like that?
I didn't know. I didn't.
Where do you think your brother is now?
He's in the emergency room. As far as I know. My daddy said he was in the ambulance.
Not only is this a shocking and sad situation nobody would want to be in, but when the officer asks Lacey if she knows where her brother is, she assumes he is still alive in the emergency room. The officer cannot jump the gun and outright accuse her because he might be talking to an innocent sister who doesn't know her brother is dead yet. For now, he will ignore the fact that she might not know about her brother, and he'll keep questioning her to find the truth.
So here's what's going on. I want to break this down for you, all right? Your brother is up here in the road. You know he's stabbed.
I didn't believe Cord he stabbed him. I just thought they got into a fight.
Well, you see his truck up there, his door open in the middle of the road. You leave, and you go meet Cord at Sylvie in Bremen. And you take this phone from him, and here's what else you know. You know where he is right now.
Oh, no, I really don't.
Where's he going?
I don't know. He said he don't know where to go. He said, I don't know where to go.
Did he stay at Sylvie?
I don't know. I left. He kissed them goodbye and I left. And he said, don't tell him.
And he said, don't tell him. So he stabbed your brother.
He said, don't tell him. I don't know what else to do.
Here's what I'll do.
My kids are more important than
Yeah,
me.
because I'll be honest with you.
It's okay.
If you help cover this up.
I'm not helping, sir. I promise you. I swear on everything. I do not know where he's at. He has no connections with nobody. He don't
Do you mind if I look through your phone?
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead.
Lacey, at least on the surface, seems to be completely oblivious to the situation. She acts completely calm when her brother is mentioned, as if she believes he is fine, while the questioning about Cord does not seem to scare her. Lacey does reveal that she last saw him in the Bremen area, which leads investigators to Jacqueline Beck's motel. At 1 a.m. on May 4th, police swarm the hotel, but they find out that Cord had already left the area. After tracking his Trailblazer car, police finally locate him at a trailer park in the area, where they are ready to confront him.
He was beating me so bad. I didn't know what else to do. I was just trying to get him off of me.
I don't.
He rushed me.
Dude?
Yeah, he's your size.
Is he?
And he went like, I can't do it because I got handcuffs on.
Yeah.
But like he grabbed me and like pushed me down, and just kept welling the hell out of him.
Yeah, he popped
Like just boom, 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 like up, like from up under me. I was like this, and he just kept hitting. That's all and then after that, I was just trying to get him off of me. Like, he started fussing and everything else on the phone. I just hung up. Next thing I know, he come flying up, and Lacey's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Cause your brother's sitting there saying." So I wanted to talk to him. I said he needs to come talk to me like a man. And then the next thing I know, he come flying up in his truck. He come straight out. I didn't even have a chance to do nothing. All my stuff was on my truck and everything. He just started hitting me.
When you stabbed him.
All I did was hit him one time, and I hauled. So I didn't know what else to do. I was just trying to get him off of him. Down at the house.
So it was at the house?
Yeah.
Because he was up at the road.
I know, he took off.
That was what was kind of confusing about it. You know, like they were saying, even the witnesses were saying, that, you know, it was down yard fighting down at the house.
Yeah, and then he hauled after I hit him with it, because he jumped in the truck after I hit him with it. I don't know where I hit him. All I know, I was trying to hit him in the arm, so he stopped down and hit me. And he didn't. He just hit him in the neck.
By the marks on his face, we can see that Cord was genuinely attacked and beaten up. Additionally, when officers tell him that he stabbed Tyler in the neck, he seems genuinely surprised, as he thought he'd stabbed him in the arm. The officers expected to meet a kind of monster, but instead, they found a scared and beaten man who didn't even resist arrest.
Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you, that oldest, I don't want to make it sad, that oldest little girl, last night she come up, and by the time she left, we got her out some books and stuff, and by the time she left, she had sleeves. She had set up there, and I'm telling you, she drew pictures of me, she drew pictures of her daddy, and then she'd color them in. And by the time she left, those washable markers, dude, she had 2 full sleeves on her face. You would have thought we whipped her with a switch or something. She had like marker down her face and stuff. But
Cord asks about his daughter, 3-year-old Izzy, who is also Lacey's daughter. Officers tell him a heartwarming story, and Cord laughs, but the reality is much darker. As Izzy's uncle, Tyler, is lying dead, and her father might miss her entire childhood in prison. Knowing that Cord is a father and that the entire family's future is on the line, investigators must uncover the truth. So they arrest him and take him to the Carrollton Police Department, the same one in which Lacey's interview is being conducted. But what they will get is not the harmless man they thought they had arrested.
Hey, I'm Detective Keever, Carrollton PD. You good? You got water? You alright?
No, I don't.
Well, I understand that. So, I mean, I'm just making sure you got water and everything.
It hurts. You got any other buckle?
I don't think we can give it to you because of medical reasons, alright? You gonna be okay? As far as that goes? Okay.
I'm just scared, man. I wasn't even trying to happen. Just wanted him to stop.
Okay, so you want to talk to him?
Killing me, but I didn't need this to happen.
Alright, I understand that.
This hurts so bad. What the hell my best friend? I just wanted him to stop hitting me hard. I just wanted him to stop. He knocked me out twice, and then kept telling him just talk. Stop and talk, please.
Immediately, as the officer enters, Cord looks devastated. The first thing he does is portray himself as the victim. This is not uncommon in the interrogation room. However, officers don't often speak to a man who looks genuinely devastated. As is the usual procedure, Officer Keever will let Cord tell his version of events in full. If his story holds up, Cord walks free under Georgia's Stand Your Ground law. But if it doesn't, he's a murderer and will spend his life in prison.
So I called him, and I said, why the hell are you telling Milhall that she needs to down, make us pay rent and everything else? I said, you're trying to sweep up everybody else's doorstep. I said, but you're sitting there not even cleaning yours off. You know what I'm saying? I said it a little bit ruder than that, but I said, you just need to stay the hell out of my business. And he said, let me tell you something, mother, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, for real? And he just kept on, and then hung up. I hung up. And it was about 10, 15 minutes. He was over there. I just walked outside. I was going to get my vape. Walked outside in my truck. And I heard him just come hollering. So he come sliding up in front of my Blazer in my car. And I was sitting there by the driver's side. He just come out and start hitting me. I said nothing. He just hit me. It just kept hitting me. He's a big old boy. And he was kind of like on top of me and hit me and like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? I mean, me up. Like I went out twice. And I don't know how the hell, but I kept telling him, I said, stop, please, just stop. Let's talk. Stop, Tyler. He kept on, and he slammed me in the truck, like my head in the truck. Then I just wanted him off of me. And I just grabbed a knife, and I didn't know. I swung wild because he was still just tagging my. And I just swung wild, and he said something, and then jumped in the truck and hauled. I didn't see no blood on the ground, but I seen it on the truck. And I was like, well, what the hell? You know what I mean? Where'd I hit him?
On his truck?
Yeah, or it was like, I guess it was on the door or something. And I was like, oh. So I knew I got him then. I didn't feel it when I hit him. Like, I didn't think I actually hit him. Because I just done like this. And he was like just steadily drilling me, so I didn't know where I hit him. And I told her, she goes, I know, I just heard. She said, my mom called me. She said, really, what'd she say? She said, Tyler died. I said, no. I wish he'd never come over there. All I wanted him to do is just stop hitting me.
In Cord's version of events, the clear aggressor was Tyler, who drove all the way to his home and beat him up. In a desperate attempt to protect himself, Cord pulled a knife and swung wildly without knowing where he would hit him. Tyler then drove off, and Cord found out about his death later. If this version of events is true, Cord could easily argue self-defense in court, and under Georgia's Stand Your Ground law, he would get fully acquitted and walk a free man. But to let a man who murdered another walk free, Officer Keever needs to be 100% sure that this is the case.
So how'd you know he was up at the road?
I seen his truck sitting there.
You seen it sitting there?
Mm-hmm. That's where he stopped, was at the stop sign. And I hauled ass. I went all around and I was like, well, he might follow me. And I had Lacey and my kids behind me, so that freaked me out even more.
Y'all drove around his vehicle to go out? Y'all drove around his vehicle to go out?
And went straight to prison.
Okay. Did y'all get out of your vehicle at that point? Or
I didn't know at all.
did Lacey stop and get out?
Not unless she did when she went back. I don't know. But no, not that I know of. She didn't when she was behind me. We left.
So when you were telling me during the altercation you swung with the knife and you went tree,
I didn't know where I hit him or nothing. I just
you did see some blood at some point. Tell me about that.
I seen blood. He had it on his hands and it was on the door.
His door?
Yeah, I don't know if it. I was glancing because I just got the hell beat out of it, but I just know I seen blood. I know it was on his hand.
Blood was on his hand?
Yeah, I do know that for sure, but I think it was on the door too, on the inside of the door.
On the inside of the door?
The first thing that Officer Keever tries to find out is the extent to which Cord knew about what he had done. If Cord knows where he struck Tyler or if he saw him dead in his car after the incident, that would seriously implicate him and put him in trouble. Cord is smart enough to deny knowing anything beyond that he swung. Tyler started bleeding, but then he left. However, one gap in his story doesn't make sense. Cord says he left the scene without any further contact with Tyler, but Officer Keever has seen both vehicles, and the damage tells a different story.
When all this is going on, did y'all have any kind of interaction with your vehicles where you could have hit his vehicle or anything? Like pulled into it or something when he pulled up or anything like that?
Yeah, when he went to take off.
When he went to take off? Tell me about that.
I was jumping in my truck and pulled up, and it bumped his truck. It hit, I don't know where it hit, but he took off. So my truck was kind of just sitting there after he took off.
So, like, tell me about that. Like,
he went to take off, and he went to jump in the truck. When he jumped in the truck, I jumped in my truck, and I pulled up.
Your vehicle?
I think I caught him at the back.
The back corner of his bed or something?
Yeah, somewhere back there.
What did it do to your car?
Nothing I know of.
Did you look, or do you know?
I didn't look at all.
Okay. Was it like a rubbing kind of thing, or you pushed his truck with your vehicle?
It just rubbed it.
Okay.
I wasn't going fast because I wasn't trying to mess my truck up.
Okay.
I just wanted him to leave.
So why did you pull forward like that and hit his truck?
Because I wanted him to get out of the driveway.
You trying to get him to leave?
Yeah, I was trying to leave too.
The story is starting to show serious cracks because, at first, Cord failed to mention what should have been an incredibly important fact. Additionally, he states that he tried to leave, which would make no sense if he were the victim. He had just been assaulted by Tyler, yet when Tyler was leaving, Cord also got in his own car and hit him. The damage to the cars does not suggest a light collision, but something more intentional. Next, Officer Keever will confront him about the self-defense claim.
He come running up when he did. I mean, he's about that tall. I mean, he's kind of pretty big, and he just like, boom, 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 just kept beating the shit out of him. And he was using his knees, his hands, everything. And I kept telling him, stop, please, stop. He wouldn't stop. Just wouldn't.
So when you guys were fighting right here, I mean, were you able to defend yourself at all?
Oh, couldn't. He couldn't. I mean, he knocked me out twice. Literally.
Let me see your hands. Look how bruised up and swollen your hand is there. What caused
I
that?
did that when I was trying to stop him. I kept trying to block it because he kept hitting me in the face and kneeing me and everything, and I was trying to stop, and he drilled me. All them are scars, though.
I was just looking at how purple your...
That's blue ink. So,
blue ink?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was putting it on my hat. It come off my hat.
Your hat? What hat do you have that does that?
My blue Columbia hat.
Where does it at?
Should be at the house.
At your house?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's coming from your blue Columbia hat? Your hands look swollen, man.
That one's swollen. See, the rest of it was good though. But that's the only one, and I think he jammed it. I was trying to stop him.
If his story that he was a defenseless victim is true, his hands shouldn't be swollen. The truth is that Cord fought back, and it wasn't lightly. So far, only 30 minutes into the interrogation, Officer Keever has caught him in two massive lies. But things get a lot more confusing for the investigation when you take into account the witness interview by Lacey's sister, Jacqueline Beck.
I've never had this happen before, so I'm like, oh snap. I've never been in trouble. I've never had a speeding ticket. Knock on wood, no ticket at all.
That's good.
So I'm nervous. So I'm like, what?
Nervous. What are you nervous about?
Okay, I went out, and me and my old man, which his name is Robert, we went out, and we were going to go get some Wendy's. So we came back, and we were almost done with our food, and all of a sudden someone comes knocking on my door. I thought it might have been my mom or my brother because they live next door to me in another room. I opened up the door, and it was Cord. And he's looking at me, and his face is swollen. And he tells me, he's like, me and Tyler just got into it really bad. And I'm like, what do you mean you got into it really bad? He said, Jack, he said, Sissy, it's bad. I said, what do you mean? What is going on? He said, he kept beating me with a gun. He said, he kept hitting me over and over and over again. He said, so I hit him really hard and I left. He said, I messed him up pretty bad. Like, he came up to me and he just like punched a little bit. He said, I hit him, and when I hit him like that. And he hit my head on this side. And then he was showing my old man what he did. You know, that he come up to him and that he knocked him real hard, and, you know, because he was trying to get him off of him because he wouldn't stop.
Did he say specifically, I mean, he demonstrated on you how he hit him, but is that all he talked about was the hit in the head, or?
Yeah, he said, he said I hit him and I knocked the hell out of him. And he hit me, like showed me what he did, and it hurt my head really bad.
Did he ever talk about stabbing Tyler?
No.
He never said one word about that.
Mm-mm. He just told me that he had to get him off of him.
That he hurt him really bad at some point,
yes.
Right? But he didn't really describe in detail with you what he did.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He just told me that he hit him pretty hard and that he hurt him. He said, and Jack got hurt. He said, Sissy, I hurt him bad.
Jacqueline's interview reveals a lot about Cord, as when he'd arrived at her house, he lied directly to her. He didn't mention the knife, the stabbing, or the bleeding. It seems as though he is willing to change his story, which keeps changing in front of different people. And since his interaction with Jacqueline was immediately after, he hadn't fully figured out the version of events he was going to narrate. In front of the police, he admitted to carrying a knife, swinging, and Tyler bleeding. This kind of gradual conceding of more and more is typical of guilty suspects as they try to gauge how much they can get away with while evidence mounts against them. But the police must not jump to conclusions, as Cord is a valued member of his family.
I know a lot about Cord. I know that Cord, you know, back in the day he got into a lot of trouble, but here recently he's been doing good. He had another little girl. Her name is Dixie Lisa. She is just a trip. She's got red hair and she's got his big old ears. And, I mean, Cord, he's been doing good here recently. I mean, he's been working, supporting his kids. He's never done anything to harm anyone, like, especially the ones that he loves. Because him and Tyler, they actually got close. They were going over there on the weekends to go drink. Me, honestly, I really think it was self-defense. I really do. I mean, when Cord came and seen me, I could tell he was been beat with something, not a fist. I know the difference. I've been in a lot of fights, especially in school. I know the difference between an armed person and someone that just has their fist and that is beating you. And in this case, I really think, I mean, like I said, I've known Cord since I've been born. That's been like a real close person to me. I love him with all my heart. And I know for a fact he would not have jeopardized anything to ruin them girls. Because he's came up to me before because someone did something to him at work or pissed him off or something. He was like, if it went for my girls, he was like, I'm telling you, I would have went crazy, Jack. And I was like, well, I'm glad you didn't.
Well, I think this was one of those times he didn't think about his girls, unfortunately. He didn't tell us about getting beat by a gun. That's just something he told you. Okay.
We still don't know whether Cord is guilty, but the fact that he lied to someone who loves him so much is heartbreaking. But Jacqueline is a close family member who might be clouded by emotion, unlike Katrina Collins, who is a cashier at the store where Cord shopped, and, incidentally, a woman he called for help right after the incident.
I think it was like 10:20, about that time when he called. He said, me and Lacey got into a heated argument, and I left to keep the argument at bay so that we wouldn't go any further with it. He said, I just left. I said, okay. I said, are you okay? Is she okay? He was like, well, not really. Because, like I said, we had a heated argument, and I felt it was best I left. He said, but now my truck's broken down. And he's like, I can't go anywhere. And he said, there should be a road coming back on your right-hand side. I said, okay. I turned down that road. He said, you come down the road, you'll see the college on the right, and you'll see me on the left. So I'm coming down the road, and I said, okay, I see the lights. He said, I'm just on the left-hand side of the road in front of the college, and I'm parked right here. So when I got out of the car, I said, why are you just parked right here? For what? He said, well, my truck broke down. I said, okay. So when I pulled up, all the 4 doors were open. The hatchback in the back was open. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm cleaning out my car. He said, I've got to take everything out of here and put it in your car because I have to go to work in the morning. I didn't really know this guy to begin with.
Sure.
I was trying to help a friend, gave him a ride. Had I known that he killed his brother-in-law, I wouldn't even answer the freaking phone, period.
Right.
And not even been in any of this crap at all.
Cord called Katrina for help hours after the stabbing. He didn't mention Tyler, a fight, or anything about the accident, just a fabricated story, so he could use her for the help he desperately needed in the moment, while the body of his brother-in-law was still on that road. Considering the mounting evidence against Cord, the mood in the interrogation room starts to seriously intensify.
Listen, this situation is what it is, right?
I mean, it is.
I mean, you're telling me it's you're having to defend yourself and all like that, right? You realize that somewhere in this point you don't want to tell me a lie, right?
Yeah, no.
You want to make sure you're telling me the truth. Because what you're telling me is not consistent with the crime scene. Okay?
I'm telling you exactly how it happened, though.
But crime scene is saying it happened different.
How is it saying it happened different?
Because it just does. And it's physics and laws of gravity and all kinds of things that go into play that you just can't argue about. Okay?
I'm going to go around him. He jumped out. So I got out and I was like, why the hell you just keep on? And that's when he down and started hitting me again right there in the middle of the road. And that's how the back of my head got beat up bad. Because when he was on top of me in the driveway, he like punched him like this. Like had me pulled down where I couldn't do nothing.
So how come you didn't tell me that earlier?
I'm scared.
Because you're scared.
Really am scared. He beat the shit out of me twice.
Yeah, but you let him. What's going on there?
What do you mean I let him?
You got the beat out of you, your words,
well, I didn't
at the house, and then you got out with him at the street up there.
But I didn't think he was going to jump on me again either.
Okay, you don't think he would hit you again when he just got through hitting you down here. And why did you chase him out? Why did you chase him down?
I wasn't trying to chase him down. I was trying to talk to him, and then he slammed and hit me. Because I was just going to go on. I was just going to leave.
I think technically you hit him.
Yeah, he slammed on the brakes, and I hit him.
Cord's story keeps changing and evolving as the officer mounts up the pressure. At first, they had one confrontation. Then he admitted to bumping him and driving off. But now Cord reveals that they had a second confrontation. It's in this one that he stabbed Tyler. This revelation is massive, as it is the difference between premeditated murder and self-defense. If Cord pursued Tyler and then stabbed him, that completely changes the story and his fate.
I can see in the indention on your front bumper cover where you hit his receiver hitch.
Front bumper cover?
Yeah, the front bumper cover of your SUV is plastic, rubbery stuff. Painted.
Oh, no, that was already there. You talking on my side? That was there when I got it.
No, it's on the passenger side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on the right side.
If you're looking at the front of your vehicle, it's on the passenger side front bumper.
Yeah, that's always been there. You can ask Lacey.
No, it's brand new.
No, for real.
No, for real.
It's got zip ties and everything on it.
No, like the receiver impression from where you hit his receiver hitch is indented in the front of your bumper cover. And the transfer of rust is from his ball to your bumper cover is there.
It's probably when it's standing on the brakes.
And then there's blood all over the side of your SUV where he bled on your vehicle.
Yeah, because that's when I hit him when he was
Well, that's why I know you had an altercation up there at 113, because there's no blood in the street down there at your house. It's all up there at the street. and it's all over your vehicle. There's no way that much blood is on your vehicle and not in the driveway of your house.
Yeah, that's what I hit him up there at the stop sign.
Why didn't you tell me all that?
I'm scared. Really am.
It looks like you're hiding stuff from me.
No, I don't want to do it like that.
It looks like you got mad. You probably got beat up pretty good down here. I can see your face.
And he beat me. That's when he hit me in the top.
He leaves. You chase him down and hit his car. And then y'all get out and duke it out again and you cut him.
No, I didn't hit. He slammed on his brakes is why I hit.
But why are you even there?
Because I was trying to leave.
Why? He's already left. You're trying to follow him to get him to stop again?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
You think he's in the mood to talk? Earlier you wasn't talking about a mood to talk. He didn't even say a word to you. You're punching
He beat me to death.
Cord's initial account of self-defense has been completely broken. He has just admitted to pursuing Tyler after an initial confrontation in which Tyler walked away. No matter how badly Cord was beaten up or how angry he felt, you cannot frame a man you pursued and stabbed as self-defense. But this is far from the end of the evidence or contradictions.
Where'd the knife come from?
Out of the side of my truck.
Out of the side of your truck?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't on your truck back at the house, it was on the side of your truck?
Yeah, it was on the side of my truck.
Like, tell me where.
Right there where the driver's seat is.
Inside the console or?
No, right beside
by the door?
No, beside the console.
Right. So you had to come out of the vehicle with it in your hand?
I had it back in my back pocket.
You had it in your back pocket when you come out of the truck up at 113. Why'd you have it in your back pocket?
In case he shot me.
But you were thinking he's going to shoot you and you're going to get out and run?
Yeah, because I wanted to talk to him about it. He just beat the out of me and for no reason. I didn't even do nothing.
Well, I mean, y'all were arguing.
But yeah,
right?
But not like
he's getting in your business. It's obvious you knew you cut him good because he's bleeding everywhere.
I seen blood.
There's blood all over your SUV. All over the side of it. All down the driver's side. All the way to the back of it.
I didn't see that. Because I didn't have no blood on me at all.
I mean, he's bleeding all over the road, his truck, and this is an arterial bleed. He's bleeding like that. It's coming out, spraying.
Oh no, it wasn't. Not that I say. I was getting in my truck.
Well, you didn't get in the truck long enough before he bled all over your vehicle.
Well, when I seen him bleeding, that's when I got in my truck.
I mean, he was bleeding a lot by then. You got blood from the front of your vehicle to the back of it. Even the back rim of your vehicle's got blood all over it.
Oh, how?
Because he's bleeding everywhere.
Where it happened was like right there where my truck was.
Right.
Because he come running back.
I went and looked at both vehicles just a minute ago. It tells the story, the evidence on both vehicles, and the evidence at the scene. I knew from the injury he had, he didn't bleed back there at your house. It didn't happen. There was no blood anywhere.
I think I probably had blood on his hands from my head.
But I could tell he got cut up at 113. It was obvious.
That's where he was beating the out of me too. He was hitting me harder up there than he was at the house, like, because he bum rushed me at the house, and that's when he was just drilling me like this, and then he grabbed me like somehow and then put me against the damn truck.
If Cord's story was unrealistic before, now it's bordering on a fantasy. To make things worse for him, Officer Keever catches that Cord believed Tyler had a gun, while at the same time taking his knife, getting out of the car, and wanting to talk to him. He also brings up the profuse bleeding found at the crime scene, which got all over Cord's car. Officer Keever knows that he came out of his car with the intention to stab Tyler, and once he did so, he knew that he had stabbed him in the neck due to the profuse bleeding. While Cord is being told he's facing murder, there's a woman in another room in the same building who still believes her brother is alive.
First, I want you to. This is one of our chaplains. How you doing?
Hello.
He's just here for support for you and your family and anything else. But I've got to tell you something serious, okay?
Okay.
Tonight, at the end of this altercation, your brother was at the end of the road. You did see that, right?
Yes,
okay?
that's all I know.
But he was killed during that altercation.
No.
He was. Cord did stab him, and so it's kind of where we are now.
brother has 3 babies. That's all I know. That's all I know. I swear on everything.
Here's my dilemma right now, Lacey. Okay.
I don't know where he's
Well,
at.
here's.
I don't care to know.
Well, I care to know.
I don't want to see him ever again.
With such a sad reaction, any suspicions that Officer Keever might have had about her being complicit were shattered. Lacey had nothing to do with this. Cord not only ruined Tyler's life, but also ruined her own and that of his babies.
So he's talked to you a little bit about it. He knows what happened.
That was when he called me and said, you know, what happened, that they got into a fight. And he told me, he said, my sunglasses and stuff was probably there.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I don't know what to do. I said, I told you to control this anger problem. You know, I tried to help him.
That's what you do as
Tried to help him.
Because he's been in trouble for this kind of thing before, hasn't he? He just got out of prison, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago. What am I going to do without my brother? I got another one, but it's his twin, but he's on dope so bad. I can't get him no help.
Well, you know, the best thing for you, Lacey, is to take care of yourself right now. And the best thing for you to do is to be as honest as you can be with these officers, because now, you know, your goal is to preserve your brother, man, and his legacy.
That's all I do.
You know? Yeah.
I'll put it on anything.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, Lacey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I lost my fiance and my brother. Oh, my God.
Even after further questioning and being asked by the parish, Lacey states that she doesn't know anything. She never calms down, which makes everyone at the police station believe she couldn't be acting this out. Cord, on the other hand, is about to learn his fate in that same interrogation room.
We do have one charge for murder.
For murder.
Yes, sir.
So basically, I'm never did nothing.
Well, I'm not a judge or jury, man.
Yeah, but this wasn't even on purpose, man. This really wasn't. I mean, I could see if I stabbed him one time, just went in and just started stabbing him. All I was doing was protecting myself and getting him to stop. I wasn't trying to kill him. I wasn't trying to hurt him.
Yeah, the problems we have with this case, though, is you pretty much chased him down and continued on, and he's trying to get away, and you're still bringing it to him.
I just wanted him to talk to me instead of beat on me. When Larry and Tyler get mad, and him and Tyler just be out there goddamn trying to kill each other. And he pointed a gun at Lacey's face.
Her dad?
Yeah, Grandma told him, you know what I mean? Grandma's the one that stopped him. But he actually pulled the gun out and shot at her. Lacey lived.
It's like some pretty drastic things going on there.
I mean, both of us, me and Tyler both have tempers. Tyler's a little wild. I know what it was. I pissed him off when I told him something about his old lady. I said, you're sweeping up under my doorstep when you should be sweeping off your own when you caught your old lady in the bed with 4 different dudes in your house.
Is this something he already knew, or?
Yeah, kind of. He found out about 3 of them already. And then, no, he found out, he knows all about all of them, or did.
In a last-ditch effort, Cord attempts to further taint Tyler's legacy by portraying him as violent and his wife as promiscuous. Regardless of how Tyler was, he did not deserve to get stabbed and die at 23 years old. And with every excuse that Cord brings up, he only digs his own grave further.
So I'm charged with murder.
Yes, sir.
First, second?
It's first-degree murder.
So even though it wasn't intentional, I'm still...
Look, that's what we're charging you with. You have a trial if you want it.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to. That's coming. I mean, that's being honest. Really,
That's the story you're gonna have to tell.
it just didn't stop.
The realization starts to dawn on him.
I'll never get to see my kids again, brother.
Why do you say that?
Because an accident, and I'll never get to hold my kid or nothing again. I'll never get to see him grow up. Just from one accident.
Well, you have visitation, man.
That ain't nothing. You know that. That's not like sitting there watching her. I just got to see her crawl, you know what I mean? I missed all that with Bella because I was stupid. I hate this.
I know you do. I know you do. There's a lot of people hurting on this one, man.
You know, girl, but they know I wasn't. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And what hurts me the most is I know it's killing Lacey. It's killing Lacey. That hurts me more than anything.
Cord seems to express genuine remorse over what he has done, but it's too late now. He has already left his own daughters without a father or an uncle. The same daughters that Lacey will have to raise alone and explain why her father and uncle are never coming back.
Baby.
Hey, can you look after her? Yeah?
Nothing happened.
I love you. I love Dad.
I love you.
You heard me? Hey, wait, crying.
I'm okay.
No, Daddy.
I don't know, baby. I don't know.
What happened?
Nothing,
Hey,
sweetheart.
see more milk.
Listen, I love you so much, baby. I love you.
Now you heard me? You happy?
No, baby.
Why?
Just some stuff, okay?
Hey, what happened?
Nothing, baby.
Wait, the road. Mommy.
Sit down, baby.
Okay. Are you okay, Mommy? You okay? You okay, Mommy? You okay? I'm my baby out in the
If you're crying right now, you're not alone. This is genuinely the most devastating scene I have ever seen. This rare glimpse into a family's grief just goes to show the consequences that follow from such an irresponsible act and makes us take every victim much more seriously. But this story is far from over. Lacey and her daughters are not the only ones hurt, as Taylor Waters, who is Tyler's twin brother, also walks in to comfort her.
Gone.
Gone. Because of him. Oh, they're getting him. They're getting him. He's going.
I know, I told you.
What happened?
What I told the officer.
Hey, baby. Come here.
Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy?
He almost had a heart attack just now. And then Christina, her mama been shut her goddamn mouth for a punch in the face.
Where's Daddy?
Like, if he was doing this, you know, she wouldn't be with him right now. I said, you don't know what I watch Lacey go through on a daily basis. I said, shut your mouth. I said, there's no way in hell she would let that happen.
I was at home.
He's a dead man. Stop behind him, Lacey. Cordero?
Shut up, don't tell her.
No, Daddy, no more. Not your daddy.
Cord, let me tell you.
Come here.
Lacey's nightmare is far from over. In fact, it has just begun. This moment was just a little taste of what's to come, as part of her family will turn on her, believing that she helped Cord kill Tyler, and her husband, the one supposed to take care of her and protect her, refuses to drop his stories and admit to what he has done. After providing Cord the orange jumpsuit he'll be wearing for the foreseeable future, a new officer tries one more time to extract the full confession.
I figured he was done because he left. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pull up behind him and I'm gonna talk to him. You know, even if he takes off on me, whatever, I'm still gonna try to talk to him. And he slammed on the brakes when I got up behind him and I hit it.
How come you didn't use a knife when he was beating you the first time?
I didn't have any on me. It was in the truck.
Okay.
And then when I got back in the truck and I followed him, I did put it in my pocket just in case, you know what I'm saying? Because it could have got worse. He usually has a gun in the truck, so that's why I was worried.
Really?
He's usually got a rifle in it.
Did you feel like you did something wrong or something? Like, why didn't you stay and just say, hey, this is, self-defense? You know what I mean? Did you feel like you had maybe done something wrong or something? Or?
Yeah, I just stabbed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, self-defense, though. There's nothing.
You don't have a self-defense law in Georgia?
Huh?
You don't have a self-defense law in Georgia?
Yeah,
well, it has to be on your ground, so.
You can defend yourself. I sort of what I don't understand. Like, why didn't you?
Because I was just scared to death.
Just scared to death.
Well, at the point I was trying to run, I just didn't want to go back to jail, you know what I mean? I was scared.
Yeah.
Cord keeps repeating the same story, but the officer has one thing Cord doesn't yet know. The apartment complex had CCTV cameras. They showed both confrontations, and the footage doesn't match a single word of Cord's false story.
So, listen, when we pull this video, everything you said is exactly what we're going to see. I just want to make sure, because you seem like a good guy, man, and I want you to see.
Same thing.
All right. Are you
going to hit the brakes to see me hit him?
Are you going to look like a little, all peaceful looking, or, I mean, obviously, no, I would think you'd be look a little upset, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't peaceful.
Okay.
I mean, I was still pissed off.
Right.
But I wasn't going at him like, you know what I'm saying? I just walked up and just start stabbing him.
Right, okay.
I didn't know if he had the pistol with him or if he had the shotgun with a rifle.
Why the hell would you follow him, though, if you didn't have a gun to struggle and you just beat your... If you wouldn't just live it pissed... Yeah, I mean...
I wasn't mad.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you being a, former Ghostface, y'all ain't no pushover. Yeah, you don't... I can tell you're a serious dude. You don't take getting your feet lightly. You know what I mean?
No, not to kill nobody.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all, but...
I'll fight back. But.
Right. I think you're pissed, and I think that's why I don't think you were there to talk. I think you were pissed, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But you saying that you just wanted to talk after you got beat like that. Really?
I'm mad.
I know.
But
yeah, I mean, it don't mean you want to kill him.
Yeah.
It don't mean you want to kill him.
I didn't put the knife in the pocket for him. I just put it in there, you know what I mean? But,
so why are you telling me you just wanted to talk?
Because that's really, I wanted to talk.
You said you want to be...
I wanted to do both, but...
Right.
I did like he was doing to me when he was hitting me.
Right. you wanted to retire.
Talking at the same time. So he damn sure was talking.
But that's why you were following him. It wasn't because you wanted to talk. You wanted to beat that.
When confronted with the fact that the police have access to CCTV footage, Cord immediately concedes that he didn't go to Tyler with the intention of talking, but of fighting. This is what the cameras and the evidence really show. Tyler and Cord argued on the phone over his failure to pay Tyler's aunt's rent, and Cord hung up on him. He sat down for dinner with Lacey, but he was incredibly frustrated, wouldn't shut up, and threw the plate of dinner across the table. Then Tyler drove to the apartment complex parking lot, and Cord confronted him. Tyler, a much bigger man, beat up Cord and won the fight. The conflict was over, but that's when Cord made the most fatal mistake of his life. Fueled by rage, he entered his car and chased Tyler down, rear-ending his vehicle. When he got out of the car, he grabbed a knife and approached the unsuspecting Tyler before swinging and stabbing him in the throat. The stabbing severed his carotid artery and caused excessive bleeding all over the scene. Tyler managed to run and get back in his truck, but the wound was too severe, and he bled out within 2 to 3 minutes. Cord knew exactly what he had done, so he ran away and drove to his cousin's motel, telling her it was just a fistfight, and then he called the grocery worker to request help. Finally, he abandoned his car, disposed of the knife, and washed his clothes. By the time the officers found him the next morning, every piece of evidence had been erased, and the entire story had been rehearsed. But the CCTV captured everything. This was never self-defense. It was a man who lost a fight and chased down his victim, stabbing him in a senseless bout of rage. After hours of interrogation, officers will now let Cord and Lacey reunite for the first time since he was arrested, and the reaction will not be what you expect.
I'm not mad at you. Listen to me. Look at me. It's okay. and get through this. Did they take your,
Get it through this time.
they take your ring?
I mean, I should have tried to kill him.
No, you shouldn't have.
Because everybody getting accused of it anyways.
You didn't. You didn't need to. Y'all didn't need to even talk to each other.
Like I just tried to just cut his goddamn head off. So
It's all right. Come on, buddy.
Baby, it's fine.
Hey, let's do what we can to help. Okay, from that here on out, you can't change what happened. All right.
Listen to me. Stay strong. I'll be at the jail when you can visit. Call me on the house phone or my phone.
Lacey shows incredible strength here to support Cord, even though he killed her brother. Whether you agree with her decision or not, she is the last thread keeping this family together. And despite what her husband had done, he remains the father of her children. It's truly an incredibly difficult moment for her as she is caught between Cord, the father of her children, and her family, who rightfully hate him for what he has done. The officer asks one final question.
Whose fault do you think this is?
To me, it's really Tyler's. He shouldn't have come over to our house. He didn't have permission. Mama was in the bed sick. She's got bronchitis or pneumonia or something.
Who when Tyler pulled up, who laid the
I don't know.
first hands on somebody?
I wasn't outside. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay.
Lacey will defend her husband regardless of what happens next. On May 9th, Lacey urgently comes into the police station to express her concerns over her family, which has completely abandoned her less than a week after the crime. Not only that, but Lacey's father is actively threatening her life.
You need somebody to escort you there?
Yeah, because I'm scared that they might hurt me.
Okay. What's going on?
They've just been calling and threatening me. My daddy and all them and Tyler's friends.
Threatening you in what way?
They're sending Cord's mom messages to like people we don't even know. And my daddy said that he's telling people completely different stories than what y'all have told him and turning everybody against me. Like, the only people I have now is my grandma, the one I'm staying with, and my aunt and my uncle and my two cousins.
Okay. What was he saying? What's going on?
They're telling people that me and Cord had this plan for 2 weeks to go up there, and I cut Tyler, and I did not. That was my brother. Then I was like, Mama, what did I do? And I haven't ate since it happened. I can't sleep. I can't cry because my girls go, Mommy, why are you crying? Where's Uncle Tyler? Where's Daddy? And I don't know how to explain it to them that both of them are gone and never getting back. They're never going to have them back. And it kills me that my brother is gone. I don't know how much more I can take of everybody blaming me and saying that I did it. I did not do it. You didn't lose two people, you just lost one. I said, no, y'all don't understand. I said, I lost my brother, the one that meant the most to me. I said, I lost Cord, my children's daddy. I have to explain to them how and what happened to their uncle and their daddy at the same time. And I know that Tyler's girlfriend lost, Tyler. I understand that. I lost those two. I've lost my daddy, which I really never had, but I still loved him. And I've lost the whole family.
In her most vulnerable moment, Lacey's family has abandoned her. 5 years later, on the 13th of November, 2023, Cord pleaded guilty in court on voluntary manslaughter and aggravated assault charges. He was sentenced to 30 years without parole because of his multiple prior felonies. His projected release date is April 2053, or in other words, Izzy would be at least 38 years old before her father is released from prison. On February 2nd, 2024, Cord actually escaped from a minimum security work release he was serving due to a prior theft conviction. After 5 days on the run, he was caught near Nantahala National Forest, 130 miles from Atlanta. No matter how much he tries to run, Cord will have to face the consequences of his actions. And Tyler's family, including Lacey and her daughters, will have to spend their lives without a father, brother, and uncle. If you liked our production, subscribe and watch the next video for an even more shocking case.